Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and start the new year in 2025 for today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. Since last week, before at the end of December 2024 for the final week at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit for the World Touring Car 800 as a 1-hour endurance, but this time, Super Formula is about to go for having a turn in Dragon Trail Seaside for another special event for a limited time only. Along with 4 events, we'll be racing up in the Nürburgring Grand Prix for the World Touring Car 900, High Speed Ring Reverse in American Clubman Cup 700, Sardegna Road Track A course layout in European Clubman Cup 600, and Brands Hatch Indy Circuit for the Sunday Cup Classic. And plus, we have 3 credit tickets will be featured to go for having 1 million Gran Turismo credit to go by each part of the credit ticket to go contains with 100,000, 200,000, and 750,000 Gran Turismo credit will be given out and equals for a grand total by over 1 million GT credits. But count me in. This will have to bring out and have a new start of the year. We'll have to be racing up and participate to have some 3 events on road car, followed by with 2 events on race cars, including the SF19/SF23 Super Formula with the Honda and Toyota engine version, and Group 2 cars will be packed up to go for tuning work we'll be putting up to have a new start of the racing. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's begin and ready up to go for the start of today's weekly challenge. So at first, I just recently to have my current subscribers to be stopped at 825. But it turns out very good because of the same energy with the element of ice and fire that brings out to have a similar energy of the reference. But you know what it is, I'm just really have to be sure to get things to be worked up and have all the other content videos to be scheduled by upcoming while live stream video is in session according to the date. So I'll have to get down to do some racing and go participate in Dragon Trail Seaside for the Super Formula event. As the description, a special event brought to you by Super Formula, Japan's top tier racing category. Make use of all your racing know-how and go for the win. 4 kinds of specified vehicle to have 2 vehicles in both engine variants on the Toyota and Honda versions of the SF23 and SF19 models. 5 times the tire wear and 3 times the fuel consumption, so I got everything set up and go for the Toyota version for the 2023 SF23 Super Formula with the UDRS Ins Protect livery to go at the ready and make a good earnings to go clean up and have a double earning by having an example in 200,000 GT credit. I'm down for it after having a previous race as a menu book and additional to have 2 more by having the same title as the event. Much more bearing out to have a Super Formula New Year for this moment in 2025 viewers. I'm always have to down for the competition and go excited of racing before proceed on to the WTC 900 at the Nürburgring Grand Prix. Alright, top tier drivers are here on the starting grid, rolling start, and just have to go down by having a 20th position for myself. But don't forget, you might have to go down to the car settings if you're about to have to choose the main option between onto the racing hard, medium, and soft tires just to have strategy of the pit stop is, but the anti-lag system might have to be set by either between the weak or the strong. But I'll have to go by strong as well and see how it go on for the detailed settings to be ready up and take 15 laps around on the forward direction in seaside of Dragon Trail. So I had to be ready and go face up the dead chicane when you're entered on Sector 3. Then let's do this by change up onto the tire compound to be ready up and get set by 3-second countdown to go masterpiece as a racing artist. So here I go, rolling out and 20th position to go faster to go full endurance without 1 stop at the pits. So I had to be quick about it. This will be going tricky to face up with some few corners, including the chicane of death. Much more likely that it's already been planned out for this year's resolution for 2025. I've already got 5 racing games that I've been looking forward to it to get down to have a main storyline and full walkthrough of racing. But first up, I just already did by part 1 by playing Need for Speed Payback is very good. And also to have the 5 types of category has now putting up on specific build type. Race, drag, drift, off-road, and runner. Much more exactly to have some different roles of perspective for each part of the cars. But I really might need to have knowledge about it because it is very much more excited, just like playing the 2015 reboot of Need for Speed. But more likely, I'm always had to be, as a Gran Turismo player fan, is very more excited to get down to have the main categories of specific vehicles like road going cars and have the racing car category types of each part of specific models. For example, the Group X for Super Formula is very more designed to have a one-make category to go with different livery variation. It still does matter to have a feature to go overtake functionality to be race up and go faster around the course. And there it goes, double overtake and moving up onto the 18th position after passing Jonathan Wong and Giorgio Mangalo. Faster lap time by a minute, 27.518 seconds. So total gap distance is now been set and active by 18.3 seconds, so I'll have to get down and go smooth up onto the quicker reflexes. Might need to have a good racing line to go full check. But it takes a while to have all the previous lap time challenges that I just recently recorded from 2024, and the first one in 2025 was Circuit de Spa Francorchamps for the 3 Group 3 selection as GT500 icons. But more likely, it takes 2 days for myself to get down to have a brainstorming strategy to go work up and race hard if you're about to choose the 2 Group 3 race cars of the GT500 race car as the Nissan Skyline GTR or the Toyota Supra 1997 race car. But especially for the Honda NSX GT500 2000, which is very good to be as a mid-engine layout to go easy up as labeled for recommend. But I did good. An example that I just go for the Nissan GTR GT500 to be on a hard difficulty will have to put myself and get strategized to go hard effort by using the same energy when we just did at the Trail Mountain circuit for the Toyota Supra GT500 1997. So here comes the third lap. Gonna have to make sure and get down to do some racing topic to be focusing up by having a Super Formula event in Dragon Trail. We'll have to go work up and have the main gap distance to be decreased in about 16.4 seconds. Now I'm in Sector 2, got to catch up to Koke Lopez and then Kei Kawakami on the 16th position. Alright, dive in, double overtake, and going in on the 16th. It's going to take a while to catch up to Takuma Minasono, and he is in the lead. Okay, good quick recovery by the chicane of death. Got to overcome many obstacles, and it's going to be a super fast effort for a bright new start. Alright, that's good. Now for Mikao Hisao on the 13th position. 4th lap entered and update lap time record. And there we go. 12th position and catching up to Kilian Drummond in about within a few seconds by the 14 range. Come on, I still got this one. This race is all about the strategy by non-stop pit stop. Steady as it goes. Gonna have to go quicker up and overtake Lucas Bernelli and then Ryuto Kokuban on the 10th. Okay, just have to work it all the way. 3rd sector, we'll have to get back again. Okay, that was a close call. More likely, I just really might need to avoid a collision course without getting caught by the wall barrier. Okay, so far so close. I just almost barely had it on the final corner hairpin. But it takes 10 more to go, but the hard racing compound tires is the best option that you guys really might need to be very careful if you're about to go with the medium or soft racing tires. Then here goes on the 9th position towards Angel Inestrosa. Gotta keep it steady and go quicker to have a plenty amount of overtake, so I had to use it wisely. Okay, slide it in and go up on tight. There we go, moving to the 9 and side by side closes in on the first hairpin. Okay, slow down as Suzuki is going for a short recovery after the chicane of death. Now I'm on the 8th position, down to 13 seconds to go. Okay, here comes the 6th lap. Wave 2 rolling in. Okay, here comes the next turn to go for the usual way by upper hand on the corkscrew. Got a good eye on T Yamanaka and T Sugawara on the 6th and 7th position. Got to step it up, and all the hard work of practice just barely paid off. Just like doing one practice in the custom race, however, I always have to get down to do some thought of strategy, as I really might need to get things to go super fast and super quick. That's how the Super Formula race works, you guys. Just have to go racing up on the line and have a concentration to go face up with tough opponents. So steady as it goes, Sugawara is slowing down quickly to catch up and moving in on the 3rd sector. Okay, Sugawara slows down. Now I got the 7 and down to 10.6 seconds remaining. Steady as it goes, and I have a good eye on Igor Fraga at the 4th position. Working up the pace and moving in to lap 7. Dive in and corner perfection. Okay, that's more like it. Gap distance is going to decrease nicely. Now the next 2 cars will have to go work up, and steady as it goes. I just really love to enjoy to see a good special event for Super Formula cars for the first week of January 2025. But there might be some more special event by coming soon by every week that might need to go by additional races, just like the Group 1 Prototype Series, WTC 900, 700, or maybe the 600 event. But the main progress in the world circuits is actually to get things to go by normal by the main objective, and serving up to go by additional after 3 races by the main line of quest. That's how all the menu books are being done and clear, and the special event will have a turn to go feature for the weekly challenge. Alright, there we go. Just have to put myself in 3rd position and catch us up to Takuma Minosono and Killian Drummond on 1st and 2nd place before entered in lap number 8. Kick it up on the 6th gear and deal with turn 2. Slowing down to 8.1 seconds. Both of them are about to go higher up on the faster roll. But I still need to catch up to him. He'll have to take by some more time and go rack up to have a plenty amount of overtake boost. Got to be quick about it. The S turns on Sector 2 is very good to be using as the main advantage. So here it comes. Got to deal with hairpin 1. Steady as it goes. Nice and very good. Now for the dead chicane. Going upper hand and pushes down decrease at 6.6 seconds. Just to clarify before moving on to have European Clubman Cup 600 at Sardegna Rail Track 8-course layout in forwards, as I'm about to have a different livery variation to have a Aston Martin DB11. But just you wait folks, just have one featured livery for this part of the video segment. We'll bring out to have a good interesting surprise. Now moving on to the 9th lap, only 6 more to go. Got a good eye on Kilian Drummond in about 2 seconds to go. Sub gap to be on the 2nd position to catch up, and total gap for Takuma Minasono in 5.6 seconds. Got to go quick decrease and stay ongoing. Come on, just have to get there, and heading back to Sector 3. Okay, aim for the right side, then pass through. It's getting closer, down to 3.4 seconds. Okay, hairpin 2 check. Now gonna have to be on the left side of the track. Proceed to the dirt wave. 10th lap, 5 more to go. Time of day is still coming nicely, viewers. This race is just getting started to go warming up and have the hard racing tires to do the thing. Okay, main gap by 2.9 seconds. Minasono is about to go increase by 0.1 seconds more to get back onto 3. But this race is all about to have a green check mark for the quest. Just almost there. Gonna have to go brake check. Right on the hairpin 1. Got to go closer and just have to get back to the chicane dead on Sector 3. So you see folks, I'm always have to get focused when I'm feeling competent. That's how my nature goes, racing up to go competent, competitive. Alright, there it goes. It's getting closer to Takuma Minasono's current position. Time to build the slipstream and get up on overtake. 10th lap clear. Now, number 11 up by go. That's the ticket. First position in the lead. Now I'll have to play on defense and get up onto the main goal position before reaching up onto the 15th final lap. But only 4 more to go, and the endurance will have to step it up after having some 6 races to go for 3 quests and have additional for the same title event as a special one. But more likely, a good way to start and have a super excited new year for having a good SF23 race event. Just have to go work up to have a 0.3 seconds on the defense. Takuma Minasono is going quicker offense. Just be on the lookout. Radar will always have to keep it monitor surveillance. So here comes the dead chicane. Smoothed up and go increase by the numbers. Okay, no changes on the weather radar. Got to keep moving on and stay focused as the sunset is about to go, moving on the time. Three more to go. Lap 12, currently moving on. Okay, steady as it goes. Still have plenty amount of boost overtake by 25% amount. The hard tires is doing well by full grip. Just have to make it nice and normal, and gonna have to keep considered to be slide around on the S's. Okay, here comes the hairpin. Check and mark on the apex. So I did very good out there to be played Need for Speed Payback for the first time on part 1 by Prologue. But in part 2, the opportunity, as I had to be ready up to go participate for the 2 Street Racing League. First up for Off-Road is League 73, and second for Racing is the Graveyard Shift. But maybe there's gonna have to take a little bit more time to have some livery design plan creativity is all I need to get myself prepared before part 2 will might to be scheduled to be on the live stream set. But Masterpiece for my own channel is all about to go and be creative. Masterpiece always had to make something to go for having a major line of success. And even of course to have an update for my channel might need to have a new intro. Well, I kind of say my current one is still very much more awesome and giving a good title to be represented by my own title as a UDRS Inspirtech competitive racer. But my main objective is about to change up and still the same. Always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and moving on forward, we'll have to go suited for beyond. And what's more importantly, I just really might need to have some 4 other racing games that I've been looking forward to it to get things to be settled on interest. But heads up, looks like Takuma Minasono is going quicker by the offense by the upper hand and decrease on the gap by 0.2 seconds to go. Gonna have to shake up and get back by 0.6 seconds, we'll have to do increased board defense. Touching up the apex on the second hairpin for the final corner. Got to work it all the way and moving on to the 14th lap in the stage of penultimate. Faster as it goes. I'm still working on my way to get to the finish line by achieving to the checker flag. Come on, Takuma Minasono. I know you're about to be prepared because I will be your opponent. It's going to be all out, and SF23 Racing to go racing up on Dragon Trail Seaside will do another round by expertise. Just have to go full grip on hard racing tires, and few opponents to go with a medium or soft racing compound tires by the matter of concentration to go full SF competition. Initials of the SF stands for Super Formula. So come on, I just need to keep going, work it all the way, and settle to do a racing line detail check. Okay, just keep going. Try not to lose enough grip before coming up the track. Just stay on the track is all I need. Okay, here comes the final lap. This is it. It all comes down to this, and the first round to go checked by requirement to be on the second or first position on the high rank. It's going along nicely, and the time of day is going to be on early afternoon to go by late. but the time of date is going to have to go by currently, which is going to be exactly on the late afternoon. Just look at the sun, you guys. Late afternoon on the arrival. That should do well. Just have to go faster up and be more swiftly quick. And the defense will have to get shorter out there to buy some time until the final stretch will be entered on the third and final sector. Just have that main line check and go follow the yellow highlight. There you go. Just pass through on the helicopter before coming into the tunnel. It's going to get closer. Just have to take that final turn and no opponent coming in. Just have 1 second and have that final turn to go check up and use it all the overtake boost. Success, and I just made it so far by having one race with using hard racing tires. That's one checkmark green and 4 more to go by event complete by having the first round in Super Formula as a special event. Good race and very super fast indeed for having a bright start in 2025. Here's a total time in 21 minutes, 35.898 seconds, and the third lap that I just took successfully by defended faster lap by 1 minute, 25.204 seconds. Very much more indeed to have one part of the content video after the previous special event that contains by over 250 megabytes. And here's a clean bonus by additional with 300,000 Gran Turismo credit by the original and added up by 100,000 credit. And there's 100,000 GT credit on the ticket and already have acquired by having a 4-star roulette ticket as usual. But it takes one attempt only and get things to be worked up to have my eyes tears out to get a little bit more sweat of endurance. Well, probably I just felt taking a lot of sweat out there whenever it comes in to have a racing of super fast competition. Now on to the replay and have a good content thumbnail image as a good example requirement. Now I'm gonna have to go by having a major procedure to be in the middle of the race to go exactly by having a next lap. But however, the front part is all I need to have a good masterpiece for one good role of an artist. Just give me a moment. I just need to have a good image of the brainstorming. And there it is right now. Just like that. And very good to be as a one basic lineup. Or more likely to have a different image of a masterpiece. So that's one content replay save. And for the go, we'll be on our way to the Nürburgring Grand Prix for the World Touring Car 900. If possible, when using the SF23 or SF19 Super Formula with a Honda or Toyota engine variants might be quite very good to be helpful by having a good head start advantage. But I'll have to give it a go and have race number 2 will be proceed and give it much more tuning up to have a requirement to be reduced by 928.63 and get down to have a power restrictor to go decrease to be marked at 90%. Gonna go and stop at 85%, calculate performance, and mark at 895.57. Almost good enough. And just have to check again. And there you go. 531 horsepower is now been required, set, and eligible to have a racing hard compound tires before entered. Now let's give it a go and have a Super Formula race versus Group 2 cars and have Group 3 race cars will be joined up on the grid. The best time to come and the Super Formula race will have to go for round 2 will be racing up in a different event. Just the way it goes to have a matter of concentration and smooth on racing reflexes to go by having 0 stop on the pits, and that will have to bring out to have an optional choice if you're about to go by having a specified racing vehicle to be in a Group 1 or Group 2 category. Then let's get going for a rolling start to have a racing of creativity to have a good roll to have a SF23 to be masterpiece as a B creative. It's gonna be challenging, so I'm always had to keep using with the SF23 Super Formula after a special event, but only one event for the World Touring Car 900 is always about to go for a piece of cake and have a hard racing difficulty no matter it takes. So I got it in, make a good pattern, and go rolling on perspective to get things to have a racing performing of arts. And Pinel overtake on the 20th position, now moving into Sector 2 to catch up on D. Heldit and S. Lon in the Lexus SC430 2008. Just have to keep a good luck of fortune and keep a good line of progress around on each corners in the Grand Prix track of Nürburgring. Now I'm in the 18. Got to catch up and keep on going by the third sector before coming up on the Michael Schumacher S. That's more like it. Now almost there to catch up to T. Yamanaka and Thomas Labouterie in the 15 and 16 position. Before coming in on the Warsteiner curve, Nissan GT-R GT500 2008 overtake, and of course to have the fourth sector by having a right side and Mercedes-Benz CLK LM 1998 on the 16 before moving on into the 15. But they say that every Group 2 cars might have to go try out to have some different experience to have some capabilities along with 2008 and 2016 Super GT 500 race car, and especially for the Audi RS5 Turbo DTM 2019 as well. But after all, only two iconic GT1 race car of the 1997 BMW McLaren F1 GTR and 1998 Mercedes-Benz CLK LM 1998 as well has everything to go challenging up to have some two-fitted turbocharge, like example to go in the low or medium-high rate of the turbocharge. So I had to be quick about it. First lap clear and not yet to be seen in a faster lap time. Got to be patient and wait before moving on to catch up to Elim and Takuma Sasaki by having one Toyota Castor-Tom Supra 1997 and another CLK LM 1998. Come on, got this one. Moving up to the 13 and gap distance down to 36 seconds. Got to get behind for the BMW McLaren F1 GTR. Heading back to the third sector. Got to get closer and wait for the opening. Right side after the Michael Schumacher S. Presses on to the 12th position and going up to have the left turn on the right direction. Steady as it goes, it looks like Hugh Jarreau is on a faster lap time by a minute, 57.809 seconds, as the third lap is already entered. Down to 34.1 seconds, gonna have to keep it up and have the chicane rolling in. Alright, steady as it goes. My current subscribers might have to keep adding up some more by a little bit more minutes after I just putting up to have the latest content video by bearing out with the same energy with the ice and fire. But you guys might need to go and check it out. It's a comparison to have a row of perspective from two different series made by Busy Pop. Well, I kinda say I just really like about the Hell of a Boss episode Sismus that Stolas really give the punch out of Adriopus, or maybe like the nickname by Blitzo calling him Elsa. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind because only one Aston Martin DB11 2016 will have to wait by bringing out to have a different livery variation that related to Hell of a Boss. Well, can't wait for Season 3. And especially for Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel. But I haven't watched the rest of the episode from Season 1. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to get down and do a little bit more racing topic on strategy. Okay, just have to keep it careful. That was a close call after overtake and Morsab. Got to keep a good steady up on the reflex and might need to keep it centered on front control. It's only down to 26.8 seconds. I see Kylian Drummond on the 9th position in the 1995 BMW McLaren F1 GTR race car. Well, switching up as McLaren F1 GTR BMW as exactly to be having some change up the title references for it. I still mentioned about the 1997 McLaren F1 GTR race car. Okay, just might need to wake up and smell the roses of competition. Third lap clear and faster lap time achieved by a minute 50.205 seconds. Let's see to change up the forecast on the weather radar. Still a sunny day and few clouds coming around on the area. It's only down to 23.1 seconds. Got to keep going and catch up to the last remaining 8 drivers on Group 2 category by the topic focus. And here is Jose Serrano on the 2019 Audi RS5 Turbo DTM. Okay, there's only have 4 Group 2 cars, 2 of them on the Honda NSX Concept GT and 1 for the Lexus RCF GT500s. Jose Serrano is on the 8th position as I'm about to catch up and proceed on forward to Sector 3 again. Okay, that's more like it. And there's only have 1 2008 Honda NSX GT500. I bet is Berleo Gallo, of course. Time to go boost it and work it to the 4th sector. Alright, that's good. Master that chicane and catch up to the 2 NSX GT500 race car. One for the 2008 and second for the 2016 driven by Kilian Pondert. I'll have to let him go first and proceed to the halfway mark on lap 5. 1 minute, 48.754 seconds, just like I just took recently from the first lap. Not yet called out, and make it like ordinary to go update. But I can't wait to have my channel to go up to 1,000. I'm always have to go by various to have some other things and other racing games as well, including the other video games I've been looking forward to it, like GTA Online, Timber vs. or any other games like Minecraft. But I'm always have to be enjoy playing Minecraft for my free time after the live stream video preparation on set. Just to try out to have some main features as add-ons by having some good features that I never used to be tried out with. But it looks so fun to enjoy it, and very much more ways to have some new ways and full-on expansion by playing out to be on the first Minecraft. But rumor has it that there might be a sequel to the second Minecraft game, but we always enjoy playing the first Minecraft. Is very good top up the popularity. So it's about to get closer. Halfway mark on the 5th lap towards the end and 4 more cars to go. Just super fast and go super fly. So heads up before UDRS racer Hyperion-Blue-GT is coming in towards to the top 3 position to get up in the first. 4 laps to go and moving on to the 6th. Faster lap time, 1 minute, 48.054 seconds. Just have to keep going, and this will have to keep a good smooth racing line to be mastered on the Grand Prix track in Nürburgring. And there's our Sternberg on the 4th for the 2016 Nissan GTR Nismo GT500. Stepping up and go amp up the overtake boost. That's the ticket. Now gonna have to keep a good eye on the last 3 Super GT 500 2016 season. This will go line up by 1 SF23 Super Formula in the Toyota engine version. Got to start out with Angel Inostroza, followed by Q Jiro and Kei Kawakami in the first. Once it's all done in Sector 2, go all the way in Sector 3 to cross through on the Micro Screwhammer S on the clean turn, and break up and have a good left turn direction to get closer to the last 3 Super GT race cars. Just keep a good tempo, going moderate commit. Just have to touch the apex and just have to let Inostroza to go first and Chicane to go for the rest. Okay, Inostroza is going to the pits. Now I'm in the dirt. Now all I have to do is going to catch up to the last 2 remaining drivers. But this would do piece of cake and longer on the duration. Okay, good skill for Kawakami. I still really had to go by further offense and make it to go clean pass. Just have to be mindful and go racing up patient. Okay, currently on the 7th lap. Looks like my eyes are about to get watering. It takes more risk and go full competitive. But I still got this, viewers. I still barely got this one, just like from the first race. And here it goes, and Trailblazer to be marked on the blue. Okay, there's Takuma Sasaki. Just have to wait and go overtake when enter the blue zone. Okay, naturally faster as it goes, and just have to keep pressing on to have a good check on the fuel map. Slowing down to 16%. Gotta switch up and go lean 6. But it takes a risk. So I just had to take the next lap on number 8 and early pit stop towards the end before moving on in the 9th. So I'll have to go for it. I had to take that risk and just had to save plenty amount of fuel left to go. So here comes the strategy to have a fuel economy after I just took some few attempts on the driving missions on any other part of the scene. Let's have a good check on the review. Lucas Ordonez and Berleo Gallo is on 2% and 3%. Killian Ponner on 4% with the hard racing compound tires. That should do enough and give 13 seconds to have some time to go increase defense. Just have to wait before the penultimate lap on number 9, and then the rest will have to take one more to go. Okay, steady as it goes, and overtake the BMW McLaren F1 GTR 1997. Take the Micro Screwhammer S, perform well, and holding on the lead. Okay, good check on the world starting curve. That's more like it. So I have to keep going. Just one pit stop coming up, and this will do it instead without zero stop. Just have the SF23 to go here, and putting up to have the racing hard compound tires where the recommend diamond mark might have to go over to be carried to be at least in over 25%. So I had to sit back and wait and proceed to be on penultimate lap on number 9. We'll have to wait, and then the rest will have to give it all in to have a power 1 to go full option. have my team to be ready and switch up to have the same tire compound and work it up to go by maximum to be in 50%. So there you go. Exiting the pit, Sternberg is in the lead. This will have to take one early moment to go by a minimum of refuel requirement. So I had to give it all I got and work it up to go full on catching up. This will take the risk. I will have to give it all I got to go faster up and steady on the line. Just give a 50-50 fuel a balance, and that will have to save it for only one more lap to go. Now that's what I call strategy for my own perspective of the artist's masterpiece. And there goes Sternberg, slowing down before at the end of the second sector, and work it up to go short straight before heading back to the Michael Screwhammer S. Got to be mindful, the accelerate and reacceleration is the key of my own way of strategy. Okay, not today for the spin out. I just know the mind that I just really had to keep myself calm and focused. Okay, it's come this far. Just have one chicane check and gonna have to keep going to be on the main date on Sunday, and that will have to take the rest of the 3 races will be going unchecked and participate for the weekly challenge. Just have 2 for racing events, and for the other 3 will go in category. And here comes the final lap. Let's bring it home and take it to the podium. Okay, there they are on the 19 and 18 position drivers. Okay, position 1 in the finish line. Just wait, just only have 3 more sectors to go on the Nürburgring Grand Prix. Totally got this one. Just have 1 UDRS racer on the ace in the hole, and then race number 3 will be heading up to high speed ring reverse direction for the American Club Med Cup 700. Just have to keep working up. Blues out. Next turn, and go currently to have the 3rd sector by having 1 more to go before reaching up on sector 4. Okay, very good defense by 20.6 seconds, and here comes the chicane towards the final corner, and that will bring out to have the first position for only one SF23 Super Formula in the Toyota engine version in WTC 900 goes to have it achieved of successful to be marked at the podium. Crosses the line, and second check mark has now been successfully by 3 more to go. Well, luckily enough, just had to take 1 racing survival of the fittest has got everything to be skillful so far to take. But avoid penalty is the only key option by having 1 tough racing competition. So successful for only a total time in 18 minutes, 49.358 seconds, and the 5th lap I still got it by a minute, 48.054 seconds. So it's all done for race 2, and 202,500 credit has now doubled up on the clean earning. GG viewers, very GG, and almost to be right back on to 70 million. Well, perhaps by having 1 4-star roulette ticket by yesterday, and this time expiration date by the reminder on February 5th, 2025 as the next day on January 6th. Alright, so gonna have to do this quick and have one part of the scene to have a captured thumbnail image to be in a playback position. Just have to go by 10 minutes and have the thumbnail image to be captured for any moment. Alright, just have to be right over here for the main scene. Captured up, and there you go. That's more like it. Second content replay save, and let's go to High Speed Ring in Japan for the American Clubman Cup 700 up by go. By having one race car, this will have to get down to have one main stage to go with professional American tune car only. But only 3 more to be checked and have an opposite direction to go reverse in order. For the next car as I'm choosing is the Eckers Rod and Custom Mach 40 Mustang where the Total Drama World Tour livery of Team Chris is really hot. It's now been set by 680.39 performance point by having a Sports Soft compound tires. It's now been checked, and detailed settings is all I need to have. One few other options might have to get everything to be checked and have the muffler to be in semi-racing. Now then, let's go for having one American tune car version to be set in 5 laps. We'll carry out to have 800 horsepower to be speed up and challenge up to have a C8 Corvette to be featured for only one good excellent competition for every American vehicle. Every Gran Turismo players always have to have your own kind of a vehicle to have a good suitable race by having the same energy by having a first part of the hard tune cup back from Gran Turismo 1. I'm always born to be prepared and get ready up to have one good 787 horsepower to be packed up and have one of the C7 Corvette, or especially to have Jose Serrano has now been seen on the 13th position. Hope I'm ready. This will be having a muscle car showdown between the Mach 40 versus the C8 Corvette. We'll be ready up to go for the battle. Let's do it. 3rd position or higher to be ready up in race 3. We'll go countdown in 3 seconds to go initiate by the start. Got to be sure to have a one good mid-engine muscle car to go rev it up and have a good bearing out to do some same energy. Got to keep it outside on turn 1 opposite and mark it on turn 2 to catch up to have a good eye on the C8 Corvette. Tunnel coming in by the first sector and entered at sector 2. Okay, got a good eye on Emily Jones on the GAC 4 Maverick. Steady up and wait until before exiting on turn 4. That's more like it, and going in towards the 3rd sector. Feels good to have a Total Drama livery again ever since from Gran Turismo Sport, but now it'll have to have all the Total Drama liveries that I just really need to be using it for the weekly challenges to go showcase and give a good influence to have a good hands-on impression to have some different vehicles as your own favorite by playing on GT7. But every decal might have to do some change up to go update to become as good as new. So I did good to be climbing up to be in the top 5 position until moving on to be in the top 3 position to catch up onto the Tesla Model 3. But I see it right now. Got to get there and going back to the 2nd sector to have the Model 3 on the main list. Just hold it steady. Just have to keep it deaccelerate and work it on in. 2023 Tesla Model 3 performance has down to the 3rd, and then Igor Fraga on the C7 Corvette Stingray is in the lead. Okay, Jose Serrano is going to be climbing up on the 4th position, and that means for Emily Jones on the 6th. Both of them are about to be worked up to have some good strong horsepower to be rev up to have some few other muscle car, especially for the C8 Corvette as a supercar to see how it goes to be up onto the 8-speed gear. So I got the lead. 2nd lap is about to end and go halfway mark on lap 3. Got to keep it careful to avoid the barrier contact. I know the methods and the possibility to have some good expertise on the reference. Just have the same energy to go racing up on a hard Tune Cup and American Club Cup 700 that bears out to have a good exact matching of the title. Got to keep going, and I still got this in the lead. But minor change of update, Jose Serrano is in second position. Now I'll have to wait for Emily Jones to get up onto the third position, and that will bring out to have a top dog American cars to go for the battle of first place. So let those two come. I'm just being patient and get things to be worked up to go competent and muscle car patient. Just give one American vehicle for democracy, and the whole world of Gran Turismo is everybody's most favorite vehicles. Fourth lap coming in. Just have to wait until the Clubman Cup 600 on European for the Sardegna Road Track 8 course forward direction. Okay, there we go. Emily Jones is in the third position, and that means we're having a one-on-one battle to take on in second position between her and Jose Serrano. Got to switch up to the interior view and give it much more fine, fancy up to have a hard-tuned professional vehicle is quite very amazing. Okay, steady as it goes. Got to keep it up and keep going stronger as the American driver. Faster lap time did good by a minute, 13.835 seconds from the second lap previously, as I just need to go by update improved. But more importantly, that you guys really might need to have your best American vehicle to go stronger and faster to have a good different amount of performance. Just give each amount of American specific brand is going to be more challenging to see how good it is. So here comes the final lap, and this will have to bring out to be on standby for a different kind of a hell of a boss livery will be coming up soon during the part of the weekly challenge in the first week of January. Just almost there. Got to keep it steady and good on a time record in 1 minute, 13.807 seconds. A little bit more smooth understeering, and just have to keep a good counter steering to be worked up to be steady up on the main balance. Got to stop at the fifth turn, steady up to go quick, and for the last turn on number 6, the rest will have to do everything I go faster up to get there and make it to go hard tune up on the time. Here comes the final stretch. Just have to go and wait for the main time. And there we go. Finish line in first position and go for having a third check mark by receiving 200,000 GT credits. I am so very happy to see a Total Drama World Tour livery on Team Chris is really hot on the Eckert and Rod Custom Mach 40 Mustang has cleared the podium. And that's 6 minutes, 12.127 seconds for the faster lap time I took for a new run in 1 minute, 13.239 seconds in the Sports Soft compound tires. Just to be pleased, and very good American muscle car for having a 5-lap reverse direction on high-speed ring with 97,500 GT credits. Clean race to go double up, and marked to be at 69,755,524 credits. 200,000 GT credit has acquired, and more gifts will be waiting for me before heading back to the GT Cafe. Gifts will be waiting for me before heading back to the GT Garage. Now, gonna have to do the third replay, go by playback position, And which one should I have to be preferred to be in 3 minutes and 40 seconds? Just wait for it and have that thumbnail image to be close in, pause and resume. So there you go. One image captured thumbnail has been serving up and content replay saved. It's getting closer towards Brands Hatch Indy for Sunday Cup Classic, but only 2 more to go before we proceed to the European Club Cup 600. So it's off to Sardinia Road Track A, and this time, as I said earlier, we'll bring out the Aston Martin DB11 2016 with a hell of a boss livery of Parasica Mayday. But the livery design created by Potus_Bullgate, but it turns out that should be quite giving a good 100% 5-star rating is going to be quite good to be prepared to help myself by having appraisal of success. So I kind of say that, viewers, I'm also to be as a fan of Parasica Mayday from Hell of a Boss, but I mean, she's a succubus and a pop star. I mean, she is beautiful, that is, and that might be quite very amazing to have her different outfit appearances. But maybe the first one is quite giving a good style to have a casual type, but especially in human form, that is, which is much more beautiful to be exactly indeed. But let the penultimate race and have a vacay to Bone Town and to have a race K to Sardinia Road Track A, we'll have good choices to see how this one hell of a boss livery to go style in a pink, and for the spectators who really want to see a pink style DB11 with Parasica Mayday on the side and the roof. This might go down underway and proceed to the 4th round to be racing in 3 laps by 3rd position or higher. So all aboard. This challenge of the race is all about entertainment. I can't say this livery style is built for basic as a fan art. Just the way it goes to be perfectly and a characteristic style to be represent for Parasica. I can't say about her that she is one hot succubus pop star who really likes to see some fans to focus on her, and even exactly much more indeed to see this most beautiful luxury style to have a good base color in pink, and the trims also to be well placed up on the black with the hearts and the stars itself. And even for the license plate, well, maybe I'll have to ignore that, because that's how it is. It's all about having one livery design and give a character personality to see how it turns out to give a much more born as a popular pop star. But much more beautiful exactly it is. This one is built to be designed and give a good race K for the competition. So it's getting closer to have the 4th and 5th position driver on the Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary and Alfa Romeo 4C 2014. So here comes Sector 3 and see how A-Poo is about to go keep it handling on the balance. But this condition is all about to have a good first hands-on impression to be reached up in 1st position without having one contact by the vehicle or obstacle itself. Just have to keep pushing on and have the last 3 cars will be standing there onto the grid. Looks like Boss Beat Boris is already took the lead, and Marlo Galingo is on the 2nd position to catch up and moving back onto the 2nd after overtake with the Renault Sport Magon Trophy RS. First lap down, proceed to the 2nd lap. Okay, let's give Boss Beat Boris for a warm welcome and see the pink style DB11 with Parasica Mayday to go for all in and have the spectators to cheer her on. But more like having a one-on-one competition, and that we might have to say, game on. Okay, DB11 versus Mercedes AMG C63. This will be a very interesting challenge to see how both luxury sports cars can battle out each other. It will have to figure it out soon, and that will have to bring home the podium to be middle in on the 2nd lap and then save it for the 3rd and final lap. But much more impressive without upgraded parts, just give one heavyweight supercar status has everything all. Come on, just have to keep a good handling respawn. Just give it a good charm and give a good spirit to see how it turns out to give it one warm of the song. Okay, just have to keep a good concentration check. The C63S is going on defense, and the fans just really might need to get some more impression cheers. And the good news is, it has a good advantage and go by quicker to have some handling to be respond by gain with some more horsepower. And there we go. The Aston Martin DB11 for Rasica Mayday is in the lead. Just send a message to her and that will bring out the unexpected surprise. Is going to be a good ways to be racing up to go clean. And here comes the final lap. Update on the record, 1 minute 58.389 seconds. How awesome and beautiful to see this livery courtesy of her is all about to get some fame, star, and popularity. But it's all about having a good driving skills to have a capability to be represented for only one character from the show. Just have to keep on racing, stay clean, and stay dependent on the first position any way I can. Gotta rack up on the defense, and looks like Pierre Boris is still trying to catch up onto the DB11 in about 2.9 seconds. But instead, just give this livery design to have a passive to go moderation to be speed up faster for more. Just success for life and more likely to give a good solid line achievement to have 100% for endorsement of my own type. Just have to get closer, almost towards the end of sector 2 and finishing up to be arriving on the third sector. Alright, this is it. Third sector coming in, and Marla Galingo in the BMW M3 2003 has already in on the third position. Just have to take that next turn by 2 more to go. Hold it in, and steady up to be as a fancy driver. So here comes the final stretch. Just have to go, 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 and race K to the podium. Gotta have to go full straight and have a good look. Alright, it's all done for now by 360-degree angle, 4 check mark, success, and 1 good clean race without having a scratch. But thankfully, this livery, courtesy of Rasica Mayday, is a hot star of the sports car to see this DB11 in GT7. Very successful and total time by 6 minutes of the arrival by a decimal in .012. Third lap in the minute, 56.831 seconds, has everything to go clear and new record achieved. So for only 1 Clubman Cup for the American, and the second for the European Clubman Cup 600 has now done, checked, and earned by 37,500 credits. Clean race, courtesy by double up the prize money on 50% has now currently to be updated onto the current balance and almost to be adding up by 70 million. So let's do the replay and have a good look to be quicking on for having a first hands-on impression to have a captured thumbnail image with her in it. But it's gonna take time, so I'll have to be on the watchable eye out in the meantime on every corners in different view of the camera. But speaking of which, this one is gonna be perfect right over here. But the captured thumbnail image is solid and make it 1 pink style DB11. So there you go, Ford replay save, and it's off to Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit for the Sunday Cup Classic, which is going to be the final part to go piece of cake. As I did this for last week since the final days of 2024, and then the first start in January 2025 will go from the hard to the easy difficulty. But rather than having an easy difficulty, And all I have to go for the next vehicle is I'm choosing is the BMW 3.0 CSL 1973. Good for 202 horsepower and weight on 2,756 pounds, drivetrain layout on the FR, and naturally aspirated. So this will have to go for only one more check mark, and this will have to bring out to have a classic road car to take 2 laps around on the Indy circuit for Brands Hatch. Hope I'm ready, and this will bring out at the end to go piece of cake and make it much more classic road car to be in the Sunny Cup Classic Edition. We'll do old fashioned and have some 2 types of racing on Super Formula, WTC 900, and plus to have the dirt one for the real going type in 2 editions on Club Med Cup. Let's do it, and that will bring out onto the 8th position to go rolling start in about 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Slow cars will go first, and the better, faster cars will have to climb up and go into first. I can't say I really enjoyed to see how a 3.0 CSL, just like the original version as a 1972. But this one is a 1973 model which is designed perfectly to be in motorsports. Just look at the interior view. This is very more impressive and good style on the vintage, but very popular to have a high rate to go racing up in the 70s. But more or less, it could still pack up to go by over 200 horsepower, which is very good to be designed specifically on the track. The handling is very more lighter and more moderate heavier. But I'm always love to be enjoyed and see how this 3.0 CSL is the most iconic classic sports car for all brands in BMW. So it's about to go closer up to be in the final lap, and now this will have Hyperion-Blue-GT on the Citroen DS21 Pillars is in the lead. Got to go in there and overtake the DS21 Pillars, first place, and just have to give it the rest. Alright, that's one sector. Now 2 more to go. Just have to keep riding up and go clear to the finish line, and then all 5 events is about to be done by 100% complete. Just only have 4 cars for the weekly challenges, except one that I just really might need to be having a different Group 2 car that I just never used before, ever since from the Supermaster license from Circuit de Spa Francorchamps on the dry condition. But it's almost there. Got to beat my lap time and go full stretch towards the finish line. See, piece of cake and wonder as it goes. 5th check mark has done and events complete. Now let's see, the total time is going to be marked by 2 minutes, 7.249 seconds, and faster lap time by a minute, 2.535 seconds. All's good in the world, and earning up the prize by 7,500 GT credit by double up on the prize money. And there you go. 750,000 Gran Turismo credit complete, and the final part of the replay content as a requirement. Just have to be on the playback position by 1 minute and 10 seconds. Just wait for the scene and switch up the camera. Got to be preferred to have a masterpiece of perspective. Okay, it's gonna get closer. Just have to skip on turn 1 to be dive in. And here's me along with Hyperion-Blue-GT. Switching up, and just have to be preferred to have the right scene over here. And there we go. 2 classic cars in 1 thumbnail image. Just a little bit more time of patience, and that will bring out to have a 5th content replay for today. First week of January is off to the start for 2025. What a good, fantastic day on Sunday until Monday has now come to the arrival. But today is January 6th, and this will be during the perfect time to be heading back to the GT Garage. We'll collect some earnings by receiving a notification after the New Year's campaign. But still available on a special gift, and I'll have to do it right now, and this will have to go double up the earning and payday by over 1,000,000 credits. Just in time to have 13 gifts available, and let's start out to have some 3 types of credit ticket to go with 750,000, 200, and 100,000 GT credit. Okay, there you go, and mark it on the current balance to be stopped at 70,850,524 GT credits. And plus, that's not all, 5-star roulette ticket as part of the lock-in campaign. Let's open up and have one prize should I received. I'll have to go with 500,000 or 1,000,000 just to see how it goes. Almost good enough, but considered to have 100,000 GT credit, we'll be doing much better. But it's going to be almost there to be reaching up by 71,000,000 and have 4 3-star tickets and 5 4-star tickets. Got to count out by lineup in order, just to be a reminder for myself. So let's see, which one should I get? Okay, there's gonna be 10,000 GT credit. Drum roll, and I was right. Now, second 3-star ticket coming up. I wonder which one should I have to go for 3 cars for only 1 pick. Dang it! That could be small earnings. That will be having 5,000 GT credit. Okay, 3-star ticket coming up. I wonder which one should I get. Gonna have to bring out my Lady Luck. Drats, so close to get 1,000,000 credit. That will be the second 5,000 credit. Okay. Well, maybe one more 3-star ticket, so I'll have to call it for a day. Last chance. Okay, so that's 3 times for receiving 5,000 GT credits and 1 for 10,000 credits. So it'll have to stay for a while, and that will bring out at the end of 4 3-star tickets. So I did good out there for only the first week of January in 2025 after the last week from December 2024, including the WTC 800 as a special event. Same goes to the Super Formula when racing at Dragon Trail Seaside, which is very challenging, and go by having 0 stop on the pit stop and have 1 full race. But the strategy is important, just like the WTC 900 at the Nürburgring Grand Prix. As I ever tried out to be tested and go for the 1998 Mercedes-Benz CLK Emblem is very good chosen pick for the Group 2 category to race up and go challenging with the 2008 and 2016 Super GT 500 race cars. But it takes practice and every kinds of different vehicle that I never used before to be racing up in every part of the weekly challenges, as the example as I'm currently using with the BMW 3.0 CSL 1973. Much more different than the standard version as the previous model as a 1972 version. But it turns out I did good, and much more importantly to have some other vehicles that I just really love to be tried out to have some different liveries, just like the Aston Martin DB11 with Verasica Mayday, and in High Speed Ring for the American Clubman Cup 700, as I just did good for a professional tuned muscle car on the Eckers and Rod Custom Mach 40 where the Team Chris is really hot from Total Drama World Tour. Well, I can say that 4 cars in 5 events has everything to be checked, and I'll have to be look forward to be moving on in the second week of January. We'll have to wrap it up before at the end. As I almost forgot one more thing as a reminder when I was using the SF23 Super Formula. It turns out good and have 1 race without a pit stop and the other by having 1 pit stop is included. Just help me out viewers, help my channel to go up and hit 1,000 as a milestone achievement. but this will have to take some time and have some other upcoming content videos that related to the lap time challenge back from 2024, including the current one by having one of the 3 Group 3 selection as GT500 icons at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. I'll have to leave it to myself, and my current progress will always have to keep continuing on in GT7. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join to get access per price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra will support and grow. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.